What's going on, everybody in the VC? Craig here, back sooner than I expected. And by sooner, I mean I don't know when I'm uploading all these. I still got one I need to upload. So anyway, back once again, some recent finds. Like I said in the last video, I am backlogged like a motherfucker. Lots of stuff I've been picking up over the last few months, and no real time to really shoot too many videos. So, trying to get back into getting these finds shown and start talking to you guys again. So, without further ado, what I forgot to do in the last video, VC cheer. Hope everybody's doing well. Weather's great outside, but I'm bunkering in here to spin tons of tunes. So, let's get right into them. First of all, what's playing in the background? Talking Heads, Fear of Music. My favorite Talking Heads album. This is the 2006 dual disc reissue, if you want to call it. I don't know. I mean, it's a reissue of the original album, but there was only one pressing of the dual disc. Anybody remember dual discs? DVD side on one side, CD side on the other. Those didn't catch on very well. But yeah. Love this album. Love this album. I think one of the few... Yeah, I think this is the only band that I actually own multiple formats on CD. Or multiple pressings, I should say. So I need to still pick up all the dual discs for the Talking Heads. Because I love them. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Anyway, let's see here. Doing what I don't normally do. I don't normally just show specific genres. I'm going genre specifics. I've been buying a lot of different stuff from different genres. I figured this is a lot better way to combine them all into one video. So, or at least combine some of these into one video. So we're going basically alternative. So 80s college rock, new wave, some synth stuff. Basically been in a huge alternative mood in the last couple of months. I've been trying to fill in some holes, start some artist collections, so on and so forth. So we got those, and I've also got my finds from the recent record show. So let's do the vinyl finds first, and then we'll do the record show finds. So these, make sure, okay, yep, these are all online finds. Some really cool shit in here. So, kind of start off with the first one here, one of my favorite bands of the 80s and really even through the 90s as well. An album that I've been hunting for a long time, had it on cassette for a while, and just really fallen in love with this album. Red Sails in the Sunset by Midnight Oil. Great Midnight Oil album from 1985. Great songs on here, just Best of Both Worlds, Kosciuszko, Minutes to Midnight. I love this entire album. This is a great album. I had been waiting until I found a beautiful, almost near mint copy, and this couldn't get any better. Vinyl's in beautiful shape and still in the shrink with the hype sticker. Oh yeah, totally stoked. Next one here, a band that I'm a huge fan of, and this is a 12-inch single. I don't collect that many 12 inches, but when it comes to certain bands or maybe a certain album that had lots of great songs on it, then I'll, collect the 12 inches if I see them, and especially for good prices, and if there's some rare stuff on it too. So this one, I know there was a big vibe going on back in February on the Facebook page with this particular band, and this one was getting shown a lot, so jumped on eBay and had to pick up a copy for a really nice price. That's 12-inch for U2's New Year's Day. So on the first side you got the long version of New Year's Day, and then Treasure, Whatever Happened to Pete the Chop. The second side, this is why I really wanted to get it. You got live versions of Fire, and then a medley of I Threw a Brick Through a Window and A Day Without Me. So very cool. This is, I believe, make sure here, it's a German pressing on Island. Oh yeah, this one, really good. I highly recommend it. If you're a U2 fan, if you love the song New Year's Day, and you like some extra little rare tracks, definitely pick that one up. Well worth the money. Next one, another eBay find. Kind of accidentally stumbled on this one. The seller had a lot of albums by these guys, and There was a couple I was eyeballing, and they were all just getting a little bit too pricey, because I know I could pick up reissues if I really wanted them for way cheaper, and yada yada yada. But this one ended up being super cheap for me, in pretty nice shape, and a good starting out point, I believe, for my collection. So we got Husker Du, Warehouse, Songs and Stories. I didn't want to screw that title up. So this is their last official studio album together, I believe, and an odd spot to, you know, start out with Husker Du, because I mean, most people will, on the Warner Brothers label, most people would recommend starting out with like Zen Arcade, New Day Rising, but I mean, I got this super cheap, double album, little all over the place, but still overall a really good album. I really dug this, and I've been getting in a huge Bob Mould mode, and especially his album Workbook has been big on my playlist over the last couple of months. So, and this one was a really cool find, and yeah, it's great stuff. If you get on YouTube, well, you're already on YouTube. Check out the video of Husker Du on the Joan Rivers show. It's so fucking odd, but it was supporting this album when it came out. It's really fucking odd to see a band like that on Joan Rivers. I don't know. It's interesting to watch. Definitely check it out if you're a Husker Du fan. Alright, next two from a band that I'm obsessively into, to a point where I should probably be mentally checked out. Filled in 2 final holes for me in my vinyl collection of these guys. If I can find their later stuff on vinyl and for a reasonable price, I'll grab it. Other than that, I've got everything I need. So, and this first one summed up the last handful of tracks I really needed. So, the band, In Excess, and this is In Excessive, 1980 to 1982. And what you've got here is basically an early comp. You got this Australian pressing, obviously. So you basically got a compilation of songs from their first album, their self-titled album, and Underneath the Colors, along with a handful of tracks that weren't on there. So like We Are the Vegetables, The Loved One, been looking for that song forever. The Unloved One, Simple Simon, and Laco Vocal? I don't know how the hell you say that. But this is a really good early In Excess comp, pre-Shabu Shaba. Just a great way to, if you come across this and you don't have the first 2 In Excess albums, definitely grab this. This is a good way to kind of cap the 2 together if you don't want to get either 2 albums, or you kind of want a good overview. And if you're an In Excess fan and you want all the tracks that you can't find on vinyl, definitely grab this. I got a really nice price on Discogs for this. Beautiful, minty fresh copy. I'm so happy to add that. Alright. And then this one, an album that I've been a really big fan of since it came out. I remember when it came out, I remember a lot of the tracks getting radio play and got on MTV. And an album I didn't think I'd ever find on vinyl, and when I started looking for it again, did a little bit of price pointing and figured out that the prices were in my favor, so I almost pulled the trigger on an OG, but then I found this, which is in the exact same price range, and how can you say no? So you got the Mo-Fi pressing of In Excess X. How can you say no to a Mo-Fi? I mean, you can't. Price was really nice, brand new. I'm pretty for sure this is gold stamp. Yep. So number 1666. I'll show you there in the corner. And overall, well done. Gatefold. Beautiful, heavy vinyl, and the sound quality is fucking insanely good, and what can you expect from Mo-Fi except excellence? So my second Mo-Fi in the collection, and glad to get this. I know it's not a Not their best album, but one of my favorites, and a major hole filled in my NXS collection. And as far as I'm concerned, NXS is closed out for me. Unless something random comes up, then I'll have to pick that up. Alright, moving on. A band that, if you're trying to find any of their vinyl online, forget about it. Unless you've got an endless money pit that you can just draw from, you're going to be spending an arm and a goddamn leg for these. And I really wish I was collecting their stuff like 10, 12 years ago when vinyl wasn't such a fucking hot ticket. But happened to jump on this at the right time. Price was good, condition was right, and I've seen copies go for double and triple the amount of what I paid for this. Not kidding. And in worse condition. The Smiths, Louder Than Bombs. 2 LP set, just basically a compilation of stuff. Really, really good compilation. So many great songs on here. Trying to think if there's nothing really particular. I'm gonna throw this one to Rob in Boston. If you want really any info on this album, I'm sure he's gonna leave some great description comments in the comments below. Hopefully you do, Rob. Finally getting some more Smiths in the collection. So, album number 2, taken care of. That's gonna take me forever to finish out their catalog, and you know what? I'm not in any big rush. Oh God, my wallet is gonna kill me. But anyway, onward now. Started out with just one of these and ended up picking up 3 from these guys. Start with the first one here. A band that I've been aware of for pretty much my entire life. Never really got into them until about a couple years ago, and it was really just dipping my toe in the water, seeing if I liked them. Liked what I heard, and kind of been on the hunt to pick up more of their stuff, but not on an active search. But if I could find their stuff pretty cheap, I was going to jump on it, and I ended up getting some really great deals on some really cool albums. So, the band, Susie and the Banshees. Got their first album here, The Scream. Beautiful, beautiful copy. Later US pressing on Geffen. Really great album. Really enjoyed that. Next one here, Discogs pickup of Kaleidoscope. This being their 3rd album, I believe. Once again, another Geffen pressing. Very, very cool. And the last one, another eBay pickup. The double live album, Nocturne, from 1980. I want to say 83. Okay, I was only a year off. 83. So you got Robert Smith pictured on the back. This is from the Royal Albert Hall shows. And this, woo, what a great live album. It's a Canadian pressing. Very cool custom labels here, actually. Wow. Very, very cool. Polydor. And an amazing double live album. I would really put it on my live album list of all time. I really, really, really enjoyed this. So many great, just early, great songs. Spellbound, Happy House, Sin in My Heart, Israel, their covers of Dear Prudence and Helter Skelter. Oh yeah, and I got this for an amazing price. Had to jump on it right away because I figured it would go quick. I got it for at least less than half of what the going price was that I'd seen other copies selling for, and this is in beautiful shape compared to all the other ones I was seeing. So that was really cool. Alright, next ones. Alright, this one came from the same seller who I got the first Susie and the Banshees album. Killer prices. I got those for super, super cheap. Well, that and this album. And this is one that's been on my want list for a good year or so. Big thanks to my big brother LJ, who actually showed it in a video about a year ago or so. And Oh, I had to grab this. Public Image Limited, live in Tokyo. So, we got the 1986 pressing on Elektra. Just classic PIL live. Great stuff on here. This is not a love song. When I first heard this album about a year ago, I played that just over and over and over on loop, just loving it. And I mean, the whole album itself, Annalisa, Religion, Low Life, Solitaire, Flowers of Romance, what a killer first side. And you got the second side with This Is Not a Love Song, Death Disco, Bad Life, Bang the Door, Under the House. Oof. Great, great stuff. I mean, we talk about John Lydon and the Sex Pistols. Fuck, where's the love for PIL? That shit. That is where it was fucking at. Great, great stuff. Alright, the last two, filling in some major holes in my Depeche Mode collection. So, first one up here, the first album, Speak and Spell. This is a Canadian press. Great, great stuff. Love early Depeche Mode, love the middle of their career, love the stuff to date. Delta Machine's a great album. Highly recommend picking that one up. That's a great, great album. I still haven't picked up on vinyl yet, but I've heard it and I love it. So in this one, we've talked about this album so much here in the VC, and I know outside of the VC, they're one of their best albums, and one that I've been desperately seeking out on vinyl for years and years. And thank you to the recent repressing of their 180 gram Rhino reissues that came out 2007. So they said it's just a repress of it. Violator. Oh yeah. Gatefold. I won't pull everything out, but gatefold, custom labels. Beautiful. Not only is it well done, but it sounds fucking amazing. I can't recommend enough that if you are one of those kind of people that you don't care whether it's an OG or a reissue, definitely go for the reissue. 180 gram. The production sounds phenomenal. It opens wide up on the turntable. This is just killer. I'm glad I pounced on it. Actually, I pre-ordered it, and glad I did because I got it for cheap. I've seen copies afterwards that went up, shot up a good $5-10 from what I had to pay. So, thank you, Amazon. So, on to the record show finds. Now, I didn't really plan on going to the record show this past weekend, but ended up being in the neighborhood. My fiance needed to be, actually she ended up being across the street at a meeting, so I had a few hours to kill, and decided to go. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I stayed on the strictest budget I've ever stayed on for a record show. I went in there with a set amount, but wanted to see how little I could spend. I ended up spending only $30, and that is incredible for me. I cannot believe I did that. But perfect willpower and knowing you don't have the money to fund a $250, $300 vinyl excursion, which I've done in the past. This time, just really nailed the dollar bins and just really picking the choice sellers for the right stuff. And thank you to some honest sellers as well. I almost picked up a couple of dollar bin finds that would have been really cool. Moby Grape's Grape Jam, and a quad pressing of Rough and Ready by the Jeff Beck Group. Pretty good condition copies. Really stoked to grab them because I needed an upgrade for my Grape Jam. Just an original 2i. I was really excited about that. Seller was honest and said, yeah, these have got edge warps. I don't know why I put them in here. I'm really sorry. Totally cool. Glad that he told me. Or else that would have been really fucking pissy if I come home. I mean, yeah, it would have been out $2, but still edge warps. Thank you to his honesty. I ended up buying a couple things from him. So let's actually start with those. So, first one up here, a band that I've been more familiar with the name and who's in it than their actual music. And I'm glad I took a chance on this. $5 for this. Condition on the cover's a little but the vinyl is beautiful. This is Reality Effect by The Tourists. Gold stamp promo. Very, very cool. On Epic. Now, Tourists. Who are they? Well, Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart pre-Eurythmics. So this is from 1979-1980. Produced by Tom Allen, who, if you guys know, if you recognize that name, Judas Priest. Produced so many of those great albums from fucking Priest. And this album, sonically, sounds awesome. The music, insanely good. I was really impressed with this. I did not know what to think, and I love it. I'm half tempted to throw it back on the turntable again because I really, really dug it. I've got a copy of Luminous Basement coming here soon, so if that shows you anything about how impressed I was with these guys. So very cool. And another one that I picked up from that seller, also $5, minus some cover damage. Vinyl's in nice shape. Another one for my Zappa collection, the Grand Wazoo. Got the gatefold here. So overall, just some damage to the bottom of the cover, but hey, you know, it's gonna get it in the sleeve. Gonna be totally cool with it. It's on the Bizarre label. Overall, vinyl's in nice shape, minus the coverware. Worth the $5 in my opinion. You just don't see Zappa all that often. For $5, yeah, I'll take it. Looking forward to spinning that. Haven't been in a big Zappa mood lately, so definitely keeping that one off to the side. As soon as the Zappa vibe strikes me, boom, getting back into it. So, next ones here, I believe are all from, let me make sure I got them all organized. Okay, yep, all from the same seller. And this was actually the first booth I hit up. Let me make sure I got these all organized. Okay, so he had a shitload of dollar bin stuff. He had Rubbermaid containers and crates. He had like 3 table lengths of stuff. I was just going through one by one. A lot of cool stuff. Some stuff was pretty beat up that I wouldn't have picked up. But picked out a handful that I was really happy to find. First one here. Don't really know how to describe it, so we'll just show it. All of the Above by the John Hall Band. John Hall being the guitarist from Orleans. He's on the EMI America label. Reason I picked this up. I really like the song Crazy. If you go back in my videos a couple of years ago, I actually picked up promo 45 of that song. And I was pretty happy. I'm like, you know what? That's the one song I wanted. I'll probably never find the album on vinyl. So that's as close as I'll get. Well, some weird synchronicity. I was actually listening to the song the night before the record show. It just struck me to want to listen to it. I was like, huh, man, it'd be really cool to find that whole album. Lo and behold, I did. Still haven't spun it yet, so I don't know exactly how good the rest of the album is. Not expecting a whole hell of a lot, but hey, for $1, I'll take it. Closing out my Kansas collection, finally, the one album that has just escaped me. I've never seen it on vinyl ever. Glad to finally have it. Drastic Measures. So I've had this on cassette for a good year, I think, and listened to it, dug it. I was like, alright, I have to get this on vinyl. And lo and behold, it's been the hardest one to find. I was able to knock out a huge chunk over the last few months and finishing out my Kansas collection, so finally got this. Kansas door closed. I guess that means I should probably start listening to the band more. Just see when the mood strikes me. Let's make sure I got these in order. Okay. A couple from a band that I really did not dig a whole bunch. I liked it to a point. I got their first album, spun it a couple times, and was like, I don't know if the mood wasn't striking me or what, but it just kind of went into the trade pile. Ended up trading it off to LJ a while back. And then I happened to stumble on these, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give the band another try. For $1 a piece, we'll go for it. So, the band is Stars. The album is Violation. Check out that fucking mustache. That's pretty cool. So you got that, and also Attention Shoppers. So I figured, you know what? I'll give them another try. Why not? Watch, then I'll want the first album back again. Fuck, I can't find it. Damn it. Oh well. On to another album. A band that overall I like the singles that I've heard, but I've never really delved too far into their albums. And I know I really should have, because my dad loves this album. And I figured, you know what? For $1, it's time that I finally get it on vinyl. I had their second album on vinyl. Why the hell not? So, Fine Young Cannibals, self-titled, from 1985 on IRS. Mainly the only songs that I really know off of here are Johnny Come Home and Suspicious Minds. Ugh. But I remember my dad playing this album a lot. But it's just one of those albums where I remember hearing it, but I don't remember much about it. So I know he was really excited when I said I picked that one up. So very cool. Last of the Dollar Fines, classic 60s garage, a band that you guys know I'm obviously a big supporter of. Paul Revere and the Raiders, featuring Kicks. It's a Midnight Ride with. So you got original mono 2i, and really looking forward to spinning this one. I'm glad to find it for $1 and super clean. This is one of the albums that I never see. I've never seen it on vinyl. I've seen it in pictures. I've seen it in VC videos. I've never seen it in person, so that was really cool to grab that in such a clean copy. Next two were $3 a piece. If they weren't, if they didn't have a price on them, he said he'd just do $3 on them. So, hey, alright, I'll take it. So first one up here, The Luxury Gap by Heaven 17. Very cool. Arista label. Definitely looking forward to spinning this, finally getting some more Heaven 17. Still holding out and waiting to find a copy of Penthouse and Pavement. Love that album. Last one here, the $3. Still in the shrink, major upgrade for me. Johnny the Fox by Thin Lizzy. Original master disc pressing, I believe. We'll go ahead and we'll pull it out. Beautiful clean copy. Correct, yep. I had to remember which copy was a master disc. I didn't remember if my other copy was or not. But I'm glad to finally get a beautiful copy of this. I actually bought my copy off of LJ about a year or so ago, maybe a little sooner. And that was a perfect copy to hold me over. And really didn't care too much about needing to upgrade, but I saw this, and for $3, and being that this is the master disc pressing, I had to go for it. I've been on a huge master disc kick lately, going through all my albums and seeing which ones are, you know, Sterling stamped, master disc stamped, really getting into the dead wax stuff. So very cool. And the last one, vinyl wise, from that seller. This is, we're talking about, I'm not a big 12-inch collector or anything like that, but for this one, the price was right and I couldn't leave it. Originally had a price for $20. He said anything that was priced, he'd do half off. So had a price to $20, so it would have been $10. Given the kind of cover wear and condition of the vinyl, it's like, man, $10 is a little pricey for just 2 songs. He saw that I was interested in it, and then I put it back, and he goes, I'll do $5. $5? Yeah. Alright, that changed everything. So you got the 12-inch for Too Drunk to Fuck by the Dead Kennedys, back with The Prey. Cherry red label. So overall, cover's pretty beat up, got all these fucking price tags. But, you know what? It's just a cover. Vinyl sounded really good, cleaned up, sounds nice. And you know what? For 2 songs for $5, I'll take it because you just don't see any Dead Kennedys. You especially don't see cool stuff like fucking rare 12 inches. So, a nice one for the punk side of the collection. So that's it on the vinyl. I did pick up a couple of sealed cassettes from one guy. Had a lot of just random shit, and he was even selling like dubbed copies, like stuff you'd make on your own stereo. I don't know why the fuck he was selling those. I don't know. And those were like, I don't know, $1 a piece or some shit. These were $1.50 a piece, and I couldn't leave them. First one up here, Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Trust. Oh yeah. Had this one on vinyl for a few years, so great to have a sealed copy on cassette. Whether I'll open it or not, who knows. And this one, this was like my find of the day. I was really excited to get this. An album that I've been hunting for at least the last 11, 12 years, something like that. Love this band and love this album. Dramarama, Cinema Verte. Never ever seen it out in the wild, whether it be on cassette, CD, vinyl, what have you. So to get a sealed copy on cassette, pretty fucking killer. Whether I'm going to open it or not, I don't know. I'm going to wait and see if I can find a copy on vinyl. If I do, cassette will stay sealed. If I can't find a reasonably priced copy, cassette's getting cracked the fuck open. So, on that note, that concludes all those finds. I've got a hard rock and metal update to do soon. Some more online stuff that I've picked up. Just tons and tons more shit to show. So on that note, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you. Peace.